Hello everyone, bom dia. Thanks for watching SAP Easy Learning. Today I will introduce you another very useful SAP standard solution called long-term planning. So first I will introduce you the business background of long-term planning, and then I will show you a simple demo to let you know how to do long-term planning in SAP. Okay, first let's see the business background. As you can see from the slide, actually, long-term planning is a very good tool to be used at SOP meeting. SOP means sales and operation planning. So this meeting will involve sales, production, inventory, and purchasing, nearly all supply chain departments. So we will get sales forecast from sales, which they got it from customer, and also in some cases, we will have urgent orders or cancel of orders from customer. But before SOP meeting, our sales will not feedback confirmation to customer because we didn't know if we can fulfill their requirement. So that's the main answer we want to get from this SOP meeting. So in SOP meeting, we also need to know the current situation of production line, the human resource, or the equipment maintenance plan, and any other necessary information to see if we have enough production resources for the forecast. And we also need to know how many raw materials we need to buy for the production, and whether we have enough space in warehouse. So all this information in SOP meeting, we need a simulation and some evaluation. So without a system tool, it will be very hard for us to do the evaluation and the simulation. Don't forget, if we cannot achieve what we promised to customer, we will have to pay their loss and even lose this customer. And also, if we purchase too many raw materials, then we will have great pressure from inventory. So once any of the department have some difficulty to ensure their resource, we may need to cut the sales order quantity or looking for some outsourcing companies to finish the orders. And also in SOP meeting, we will get the priority of each production to meet key customers' requirements. And finally, after SOP meeting, we will get a proper production plan, which agreed by all departments. And then the sales will inform our customer our delivery plan to them. And after calculation, we will also inform our vendor about their delivery schedule to us for raw materials. So in SOP meeting, we need a lot of simulation and calculation to achieve the final result. It may take days to prepare the data and hours discussion in the meeting. SAP long-term planning provides many functionalities to help on this kind of scenarios. So let's check out this slide. In long-term planning, we can make many requirement versions. For example, the initial version of forecast and urgent order or some cancellation of orders, and then we can put this different version of requirement to different planning scenario. So in different planning scenario, we can set up different considerations. For example, the first planning scenario, we only explore BOM to check the net requirement of raw materials. The second scenario, we put existing stock and purchase orders as supply, and simultaneously run MRP to calculate the shortage of raw materials. And after evaluation, we will have first version of result. And we can add more conditions into the version and do many rounds of simulation. And finally, we will have a final formal version. And then we take this version of requirement to run real MPS and MRP to get real production orders and purchase orders. That's the general process of long-term planning. Okay, now let me show you the key system operations of long-term planning. First, we create a PIR with a special version. The T code is MD61. The version of PIR were pre-configured, and just pay attention that for simulate version, we need to mark the activity indicator as blank, or it will be considered by real MRP run. And then we input some requirement and save it. Then it's done for PIR. Next step, we need to create some planning scenarios, set up considerations of planning scenarios, and assign versions of PIR to these scenarios. I have already created such planning scenarios, so I will show you how to do it in modify mode. Let's take net requirement scenario as an example. Here, we can set up planning period. And here we set up if this scenario considers stock or not. And also, we can set up whether this scenario considers sales orders, PR, or purchase orders. And here, we click PIR button to assign a version of PIR to this scenario. Here, a PIR, then confirm. Then we click plant button to specify a plant. Then release and save. Okay. So now we already created a planning scenario without considering stock or purchase orders or PRs. That means we only consider net requirements. Next step, we will simultaneously run MRP and evaluate the result. Here, we do the simultaneously MRP run. Here you can see when we run MRP, we need to choose a planning scenario. And this MRP run only consider PIR version V2 and will not consider stock or purchase orders, PRs, because we set up the scenario as it is. And the parameters are similar with normal MRP run. So we hit enter and wait for the results. At last, we can do evaluation of the result. The T code is MS04, just similar as MD04. We need to input a planning scenario. Here we can see the result of planning of finished goods. And also the raw materials. This is just a simple demo. I believe that you can know the basic process and data flow of long-term planning through this demo, but actually the total solutions are much more complex than the demo. For the project I was in, I made a lot of customized reports for my clients. If you are interested in this solution, you can make your own scenarios and test them. Okay, that's today's session. Thanks for your watching and see you next time.